Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. My name is Tamara Bredimus, and I'm joined by Tom Duff as we go through the Microsoft roadmap to let you know what's new, what's changed, and how it's going to affect you. Now, the roadmap is broken down into four parts. We have in development, means Microsoft is working on the feature. Then we have rolling out, meaning it's just been released and it's starting to roll out to all the tenants it's supposed to. The third is launched. I want to see what's for launched. There you go. Is launched, meaning it should be in your environment if you were part of the environmental release program. Then we also have canceled. Nice. It's a little violent, but nice. Um, is canceled. Features that have been canceled by Microsoft, usually because they're duplicates or because they are not going to produce that feature. So we're going to get started with in development. Tom, do you want to take all of the Copilot?
Almost feel like we're Penn and Teller there. You talk and I just, make little things
Do
here.
things in the background?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Copilot. I can go ahead and cover the Copilot stuff. First one up on the list is see a summary from Copilot of the latest changes and comments in the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint Backstage view. So if you've got a Word document that people have been making comments on, or changes have been happening, things like that, you can actually use Copilot now to get a summary of all those instead of you trying to go through and figure out what everything has been changed to and stuff like that. That is coming out in June, so this month, and it's coming out to worldwide. We have Microsoft Copilot. Use Copilot to rephrase text as desired through custom prompts in PowerPoint. Now you will be able to use text using Copilot through natural language prompting in PowerPoint. I kind of thought we could do that anyway, but apparently this is now official in July for the standard tenant. Then we have another trio of things here that all have different numbers, but they all look pretty much the same. And this one is add topics through Copilot to your existing presentation. Now you will be able to add more content to your existing presentation using Copilot. It would help you add new topics with slides that are consistent in look and feel of your existing presentations. I think that's really cool. So you can add in 2 or 3 slides and not have to try to retrofit the whole thing, but give it a look and feel for everything that's surrounding it. I think that'll be nice. Again, that's coming out in July to worldwide. Then we have Outlook stuff, which I won't touch. Final Copilot one down at the very bottom. Content sources in Copilot Chat. Users will be able to select content sources on Copilot Chat. When users select content sources, the responses generated will be limited to content from that selected source or sources. I think that means that if you put something in chat and you give it a URL, I think it would then restrict itself to that URL or that library or whatever. I'm not sure. It's in development though, coming out sometime this month. So when it comes out, keep an eye open for it because that will be really helpful.
Great.
And that's it for Copilot.
Fabulous. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Outlook. So in all of the environments, that means worldwide GCC, GCC High, and DoD, Microsoft is working on the ability to set up a rule to make an alert show up on your desktop. So create rules that trigger a desktop alert when specific emails arrive. This makes it easier to stay on top of important messages without missing a beat. Look for the new display a desktop alert action when setting up or editing your rules. Now, this I think is great if you're working on a project with a tight timeline. You can set up these rules to flash this up on your desktop, or if you just want to know when your boss has sent you an email and have that flash up on your screen. Then we also have folder deletion warning for rules. This is for Outlook. So Outlook will show a warning when you try to delete a folder that's used in a rule.
I
Now,
love that.
this helps prevent the accidental rule breakage and ensures your email flows remain uninterrupted. You'll be prompted to review or update affected rules before the folder is removed. And that's for everybody.
That's an
So
awesome
Outlook is
feature.
just getting love all over the place. And I would say some pretty high quality features, don't you
Yeah.
think, Tom?
Yeah. I think the fact of knowing that, hey, you're deleting a folder that actually does something else. Are you really sure you want to do
Mhm.
that? I think that's an awesome change. And I love the fact that instead of just saying, hey, my CEO sent out an email, but I have to go look at my inbox to see that I've had that automatically pinned up at the top. Now it just pops up and says, hey, something just came into your inbox that you want to see.
Mhm.
You might want to go check it out regardless of where you're at. That is another thing I think that is just incredibly helpful, and
Yes, a
should be really nice
delighter
when it
as
comes out.
Jennifer
A
would say.
delighter, yes, that would work.
Yes.
So
And then also in Outlook, add attachments while offline in the new Outlook for Windows. So Microsoft, thank you. Microsoft is adding more functionality to the offline mode in the new Outlook for Windows. You'll now be able to add attachments while drafting your emails without an internet connection. And this is going to happen in the worldwide and GCC. But there's more for GCC High and DoD. So, new Outlook will support the connection of accounts in special environments such as GCC High and DoD and Microsoft 365 operated by 21 via net. That's China. In this release, all mailboxes connected to Outlook will need to be hosted in the same special environment. So that's something new. And then, if you don't mind, I'm going to roll on to rolling out because we have Outlook custom account icons in Outlook Mobile. I need this. I need this so bad because
you have
I
a few
have like
outlooks.
3 Outlook accounts. So soon, not now, but it did start rolling out in June of this year. Soon you'll be able to choose a custom icon so it's easier to tell your accounts apart while using Outlook in iOS and Android. And then another one in Outlook, updating conversation actions in Outlook for iOS. Currently, when viewing a message, you can access the available actions in the top right corner. Microsoft is updating these actions to be at the bottom of the screen with the ability to customize the order and placement of the actions to suit your needs. I think that is awesome, and that's going out to everybody worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD. I do have a couple more marked, but I am going to let Tom hit a couple.
Thank you, because I think I only had one left that you hadn't touched on so far.
Okay.
Actually, I'll throw a couple of them because I know one you wouldn't have touched. Microsoft Teams, multiple emoji reactions per message. We've talked about this in a prior show, but that is you can now react to messages and posts with multiple emojis per message, enhancing your ability to express a wide range of emotions effectively. So you can do a face palm with then your head hitting the brick wall and then the nasty words going across. Great 3-letter emoji sentence. Use combinations of emoji for a richer and more nuanced response, quickly conveying your feelings and thoughts like agreement, urgency, or sentiment without additional replies, keeping discussions focused and efficient. Pretty soon we'll have to take lessons in how to read emoji and have full conversations with those.
I
That's
need
really,
like a legend.
yeah, I mean,
That's what I need, a little card that's a legend.
yeah, we're a little on the older side. We don't necessarily get emojis as well as some of the other people that are much younger than us. But that's rolling out in June to standard. And then Copilot, create a presentation with Copilot from the PowerPoint backstage view. So it used to be that when you were doing like a Copilot presentation type thing, you'd have to go take one that existed and then start a new one from there. At that point, it actually used to overlay the one that you used, which wasn't ideal. then it was like, hey, we'll let you do that, but we'll create a new one. Well, now when you go into Copilot, you have the option to say, hey, new presentation, let's use Copilot to get this thing started. So that's going to be really nice. And that is coming out worldwide this month.
Great. And then a couple more Microsoft Teams, new Teams calendar available to education customers. The new calendar in Teams will be available to education customers. The new calendar in Teams is designed to be familiar and reliable as it's one unified calendar that works across new Outlook for Windows, Outlook on the web, and Microsoft Places, and now Microsoft Teams. With this update, the new Teams calendar will enable by default, and users can turn it off from the new calendar toggle at the top right corner of the calendar app in Teams. And then also, I find this fascinating because I set up so many meetings, personal meeting templates. Now, this is in Microsoft Teams Premium, but the personal meeting templates enable users to pre-save meeting configurations, meeting options, and schedule meetings quickly with one click. I think that's great. Who's getting that? That's going out to
Worldwide.
just worldwide.
Otherwise, you
Have
could
to
really
wait
use
for
that
it to
in
be flagged.
yours. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And then Microsoft Teams introducing new IT administrator policies to control town hall event access. Previously, Microsoft did not provide a way for Teams admins to control who can attend town halls that are created in their organization. With this new policy, tenant administrators can control who can attend town halls created by members in their organizations. Now, this is rolling out to standard or worldwide. And then this one I just think is cute because Microsoft Teams call waiting beep enabled on desktop. The call waiting beep is a feature designed to provide a subtle notification tone when a user is already on a call and a second call comes in. This gentle alert ensures the user is aware of the incoming call without being overly disturbed or disruptive.
I was going to say
Sorry,
disturbs is a
overly
different thing.
disturbed sounds like something went wrong with the person, doesn't it? And this is coming out to everybody worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and the DoD.
Let's see, I would really like that one to be configurable though, because I think the beep is nice, but I'd much prefer it sit there and go, hey, 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 hey,
You are the only
hey,
one, Tom. You are the
hey,
only one.
hey.
Why don't you take us into launch?
I can do that. So I just have
Great.
one that I flagged out, and that
Mm-hmm.
is, of course, Copilot. And that is
Yes.
People Skills is now available. So People Skills is a new feature that they're rolling out as part of, AI powered stuff. And that is an AI powered service that delivers personalized skills based experiences across Microsoft 365 using advanced inferencing. I didn't know that was a noun. It helps organizations identify skill gaps and promote upskilling. With people skills, individuals can easily share a current view of their skills and more easily connect with others. People skills data enriches people-based experiences in Microsoft 365 Copilot and in the Microsoft 365 Profile Card and Editor. I'm thinking with this change, I would kind of like to go in and figure out where I need to put my generative AI classes and stuff like that I've taken,
Mm-hmm.
because all of that would then, I think, roll into a people skill output going, hey, Tom's interested in, and you can start finding people based on what kind of things they do, what kind of things they're interested in, and the values they can bring.
Right. And then we have Outlook. Profile cards in new Outlook for Windows display people details stored in PST files. So, with this update of support for PST files, which I don't know why they're doing this, but anyway, all right. In new Outlook for Windows, users will be able to click on the person to view their details stored in a PST file on the profile card. Future releases of new Outlook will expand support for the PST file capabilities.
Now, I'm going to throw a statement out here, which is going to show my ignorance, but PST was really the old file format for Outlook, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and a lot of organizations have prohibited PST files from being uploaded into OneDrive or into
Mm,
SharePoint.
okay. So now they're basically having the new Outlook for Windows be able to handle these things so you don't lose all that data. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And in with the customer that I have, certain people rotate through different positions,
Mm,
and it's nice to hand off all the email associated with that position
that makes
to the
sense.
next person because it's not related to the
The
individual,
person, yeah.
it's related to the role.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
Cool.
And then we have some canceled Microsoft Intune hardware backend attestation enhanced for Windows 11. This feature is no longer planned and is being removed from the roadmap.
Poof, it's gone.
It's gone. Microsoft Copilot. Copilot prompt gallery showing aggregate likes on prompts.
I actually thought that would have been
This,
cool to put something in a prompt, library and have people go, "Hey, I like that one. I like that one." But apparently they didn't like that idea that you could
they
like
didn't like
one.
that one. And then also role based Copilot, Copilot for Sales, can extend summarize in classic Outlook for Windows. Microsoft is canceling this feature and apologizes for any inconvenience it may have caused.
So sorry.
Also, Microsoft Copilot, the admin role has permissions to manage agent. This roadmap item is being removed as the feature was delivered in March under a different communication. And we apologize, not we, but Microsoft apologizes for any inconvenience.
We apologize for nothing.
Right. All right. And that concludes the Microsoft roadmap for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciated having you. And tune in next week when we're up to no
Uh,
good
uh, uh, uh,
going
uh,
through the roadmap. What's going
are,
on?
are we going to be here next week?
Oh, we will not. We might have to do it next week because Jen and Adam are busy. So we could do it
We could do it like on a
together
together. Oh, together.
on the same screen.
She's going to be presenting at the TechCon conference in Seattle. I'm going to be her arm candy. So we will be in the same room. We just will not be in the same house in different rooms. So yeah, who knows? We may end up pulling that one off.
Yeah, we'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in and have a great day. Bye now.
Bye all.